Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Rob, and a happy New Year's to you guys. 2024. So, with that, I want to do this video a little bit different. This is going to be a look back at 2023 for my channel and also for myself. I want to talk about the highs and the lows, as every year has. So, we will be talking about both, the good things and the bad things that have happened. So, let's get into that. So, first off, the good. Guys, I want to thank you guys so much for your support. I have broken 2,000 subscribers. I'm currently at about 2,800 right now. If you didn't know, I'm actually a big numbers guy. I work in finance, as an FP&A analyst, so I just love crunching numbers. So I did notice that it's actually a 30% increase in subscribers gained over last year. So back in 2022, I had gained about 600 subscribers. I gained about 900 in 2023. So let's see if we can get that on a good uptrend, you guys, all right? You've probably also seen the Tacoma buildup. I pretty much have it dialed in. It's been a pretty fun journey. I'm glad I've been able to, meet a whole bunch of new companies who have been able to help sponsor the Tacoma build. I have some nice wheels on it, the factory style wheels. I love how they look. Have a couple other nice goodies on it. The last fit LED bar, one of my favorite parts of the truck, especially because it just brings the front together so well. It's also really cool. I had my first big video. The way it works is you just got to keep on putting out videos if you have a new channel. Eventually, one of those channels, they're going to stick. And when they stick, you're going to see a good climb. So a few months ago, I had put out a video on basically the things that I don't like about the Tacoma. And that one, it's a little over 200,000 views right now. And that's pretty amazing for me. Of course, it does have some implications. You know, um, as popular as it is, a lot of people don't like what I said. It's really funny, I guess. I guess I get it. Some people, they buy these vehicles, and for them, this is like their biggest purchase ever. So they feel that they have to defend the purchase if anyone says anything bad about it. Like, I get so many random hate comments on it, but that's just kind of how it goes. I'm just like, you know what? Go ahead, let me know what you guys think. I'll take the good with the bad. Fun one. I don't know if you guys have seen in my recent video, which will then lead into one of the bads. I have new garage lighting. Really cool, guys. Having new garage lighting will definitely let me make a lot better videos in the garage. If you watch my recent, product videos on the unboxes and all that, I always had to have my garage door open just so that, there's enough light coming in. It would always get so frustrating because I'd be trying to do the video and maybe someone would walk by in the background or a car would drive by with the music blasting, or I live near a small airport. So sometimes you'll hear the planes like flying overhead in the videos. So I'm really excited to be able to do more product videos and not have to worry about that anymore because those lights in my garage are bright. All right. So let's talk though about the bad and where the channels, where it's probably going to go from here. So when I had sold all three of my fun cars, the 67 Camaro, 2021 Supra, 2015 Mustang GT back in 2021, I sold all those for down payment for the house that I'm sitting in right now. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't think it would take this long to get into another car. I was so stoked on the money I was getting for selling these cars, because at that time the used market was insane. I forgot to also consider that the cost to buy a new car was also going to be insane. That's just how it works. I do have a couple cars in the pipeline I'm thinking about. The nice thing is that the used car market is finally on a decline. I thought that would happen this year, but it seems like it's going to be, when I say this year, I meant 2023. But I'm guessing 2024 is when we're going to see it. Hoping I can get back into something fun, guys. And that's actually also what is going to me, leading into the next thing. My 2022 Tacoma, like I said, I'm glad I got dialed in, but I'm kind of deciding on the future of that truck. So like I said earlier, I work in FP&A. I also work from home. I don't drive that truck at all. On weekends when we go places, we'll take my wife's Subaru just because it's better on gas, it's smaller, we go to the city and that kind of stuff a lot. So having a smaller vehicle for parking does make life a bit easier. In 2 years, actually a little over 2 years, I've only put about 18,000 miles on it. That truck doesn't move. It's really just a parking spot holder in front of my house, honestly. I really, really don't see the need to continue paying, you know, the payments on a vehicle that's really just sitting there. It'd be one thing if this was, like a fun car that I could have in my garage, take out to car meets and all that, like a really fun sporty car. Then yeah, I'd say, that's fine. But for me I look at the Tacoma as kind of a good daily, and to be paying so much money, if you want to know how much I paid, it's basically around $50,000. I did put a video out on how much the Tacoma costs. $50,000 for a vehicle that's just a normal daily and just sits in front of the house all day, doesn't really move. It's starting to not feel too worth it. And when you add in also paying insurance and registration for all that, I just got registration for it actually. It's maybe about $800. So I'm still seeing if I'm going to keep it. If I do sell it, it's actually will still stay in the family. And probably just find a cheap daily that can just sit in front of the house for the few times, like the once every 2 or 3 weeks where I need my own vehicle. And then, actually it'll free up the funds so I could go and buy another fun car. So I'm still deciding on that. And while we're talking about the Tacoma, let's talk about the more recent, unsure bad thing with it. So back in November, my wife was driving the Tacoma, and basically we were running late for a flight and she was in a hurry. She drew the Tacoma in reverse. She backed up into a wooden pole and crunched the Tacoma pretty good. The front bumper and the passenger fender were damaged and definitely need to be replaced. So it's been a little bit of a process to get that done, guys. So here's basically the timeline. I took the Tacoma in to get fixed, and it was going to be through insurance and everything. So I took it in, they fixed it. Like I said, they did replace the bumper and the fender. I am happy they were able to use OEM parts at least. I took the truck home. Upon further inspection, I had to pick up the truck at night, so it was super dark out. So it's kind of hard to, really see it till I got to my spectacular, garage lighting I had mentioned earlier. I realized that the bumper wasn't quite lining up just right with the fenders. It was, I did feel like it could be adjusted more, and it ended up being true. So I took the Tacoma back to them. I said, okay, yeah, here, we'll take the bumper off, we'll adjust the brackets, we'll refit it. And that's all fine. So then the day I was supposed to pick up the Tacoma, they called me. They were like, we're really sorry. When we were installing the bumper, we ended up chipping the fender that was just repainted. So here's the thing. I don't know if you guys have done stuff, like model car building like I have. It's a lot easier to start fresh on something than it is to touch up something. All right, so I was already a little bit worried about that. Turns out my worries were true. So then I picked up the Tacoma a week later. They had repainted it, but now there was a new chip on the bumper. So I will be bringing it back to them to get that fixed. Also notice they didn't do the best job buffing the paint, but that's whatever, that's easy to fix. It's a little bit of a bummer because I haven't driven a Tacoma since basically like the start of November. And when I do get the Tacoma back, I'm not going to be driving it for another 2 weeks because I have to let whatever's been repainted again, I have to let that sit for a while before I can get it taken in for paint protection film. So that sucks. But here's the thing, this has also kind of shown me how little I've needed the Tacoma. Because like I said earlier, I do work from home. I have only had maybe 4 instances where not having a vehicle has really inconvenienced me. We've been just fine with just one vehicle. Another reason why I'm just wondering if the Tacoma is really worth keeping around with the payments and all that. So I gotta think about that. So in closing, I do want to talk about the channel itself. So something that I have been asked is, why haven't I been going to as many car meets lately? Why have I really just been putting out Tacoma content? Well guys, I'll be honest, the car meet content hasn't really been growing the channel at all. You got to look at the nature of car meets, right? There's so many car meets nowadays. It's you go to a car meet, and then you go to the next one, and the next one. When you do a video for a car meet, it's only ever going to get views usually in maybe for the first week, and then it's just going to flatline. every car meet video, it's pretty much flatline. Because how many how often are you looking for videos of the cars and coffee you went to 6 months ago in a parking lot? Not that often, right? The only videos of car meets that really do well are the ones where something happens, I don't know, someone crashes, that kind of stuff. Because remember, those are the ones that people are always going to be referencing. A couple years from now, people are going to say, "Oh, remember that one car meet where that car, tried to show off and spun out and went over a divider?" Yeah, those are the ones that are going to get viewed. That's why I haven't been doing many car meet videos. I'd put about 6 hours into them. I'd go to the car meet, and I'd wake up early at 6, 7 a.m. to get to the car meet at 9 a.m. Be there for 2 or 3 hours, get home and spend there 2 or 3 hours, editing it all together. I put between 6 to 8 hours into it just for like 50 views. Revenue wise, that's like 5 cents. It just really wasn't worth it. And I'll be honest with you guys, after not having any fun cars right now, my interest in going to car meets has kind of waned. For me, part of the fun was also to bring my own car. For me, it was really cool to get to kind of contribute to what the car meet had to offer in terms of viewership. So not having something cool to take, for me, it's just also been a little bit of a bummer. And that's why I have been putting out mainly just Tacoma videos, because those have also been causing the most channel growth. And name of the game is channel growth. I will be experimenting with some other content soon. It's going to be a bit more broad topics, in terms of automotive videos. So, bear with me on those. It's going to be a lot of experimentation just to see, what sticks and what doesn't. It's all about just trying to find the right balance of both content that will bring in new people, but also satisfy the older, viewers. For all you guys who are currently subscribing, I want to keep on putting out videos for you guys as well. So yeah, I just want to give you guys these updates. I just want to say, once again, have a happy new year, you guys. Looking forward to the channel's future. Looking forward to seeing what goes on this year. So with that, guys, this is Rob, and have a good one.